the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) and Wells Fargo Securities said in a joint court filing yesterday that they have agreed to settle a lawsuit over 38 studios. The studio, known for developing indoors of Amler, was founded by former Boston Red Sox pitcher Cody Schilling and shut down back in 2012 after running out of money, and has been the subject of a long-running legal battle with the state. Final approval has been delayed due to the current government shutdown, but lawyers for both parties asked a federal judge to put the case on hold until after the shutdown is over, to give the second's relevant divisions and offices time to consider and approve the settlement in principle. As reported by the Boston Herald, details of the PROPOSCDSCTTLDNENT have not been disclosed. Schilling moved the company from Massachusetts to Rhode Island in 2010 after the Rhode Island Commerce Corp. Agreed to give the studio a $75 million loan guarantee. The SEC said Wells Fargo and the Commerce Corp. Allegedly failed to disclose that 38 studios needed at least $75 million, but would receive only $50 million of proceeds from the bond offering, leaving a $25 million gap. The complaint filed in 2012 claimed that many of the defendants knew or should have known, but failed to inform the ADC board that 38 studios was destined to fail according to 38 studios on financial projections. 38 studios filed for bankruptcy less than 2 years after the move, prompting investigations and lawsuits into the company. Chinese regulators are once again reviewing games submitted for license consideration in China, putting an end to the licensing freeze that had halted game approvals for the bulk of 2018, according to TechCrunch. One set of games has already been evaluated under the freshly restructured system, and that licenses for approved games should be assigned in the near future. Prior to today, Chinese game makers had been enduring a 9-month-long freeze on the approval process that typically greenlights games for release and monetization in China. The halt was the result of an internal power reshuffling that now sees the government's Central Propaganda Committee State Administration of Press Publication taking control of the approval process, a move that aims to give the central government more control over the country's game market. Now up and running again, the approval process is both looking to bar games that are deemed to contain pornography, gambling, violence, historical misrepresentations, and other potentially inappropriate content, according to a statement made by a senior member of the Chinese Communist Party's propaganda department. In the wake of the approval for, TechCrunch reports that shares of major Chinese game makers have already seen a notable rise. Tencent's shares have increased by 4% since the announcement, while NetEase has seen a 1% increase. In the steady 2012 session, Richard Lemarquand, formerly of Naughty Dog, tries to dispel some of the confusion about how video games keep players engaged. Lemarquand introduces the psychological concept of attention to the ongoing conversation about playing games by using practical examples from his involvement in the playtesting of the Uncharted games. He describes how metrics data and other methods can be used to get a handle on the elusive subjects of players' attention. It was an insightful talk that's definitely still worth watching, so developers should not miss the opportunity to do so now that it's freely available on the official GD YouTube channel. In addition to this presentation, THEGDC Vault and its accompanying YouTube channel offers numerous other free videos, audio recordings, and slides from many of the recent game developers conference events. And the service offers even more members-only content for DD Vault subscribers. Those who purchased all access passes to recent events, like DD Vault, already have full access to DD Vault, and interested parties can apply for the individual subscription via DD Vault subscription page. Group subscriptions are also available. Game-related schools and development studios who sign up for DD Vault Studio subscriptions can receive access for their entire office or company by contacting staff via the HGDC Vault Group subscription page. Finally, current subscribers with access issues can contact DD Vault technical support. Gamasutra and DD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. Activision and Bunny are splitting after 8 years of partnership, with the Destiny franchise being transferred to developer Bunny, which will assume full publishing rights. As detailed on Bunny.net, the studio explains that they are ready to start self-publishing, while Activision will increase their focus on owned products. The planned transition process is already underway in its early stages. We have enjoyed a successful 8-year run, and would like to thank Activision for their partnership on Destiny. The post continues. Looking ahead, we are excited to announce plans for Activision to transfer publishing rights for Destiny to Bunny. With our remarkable Destiny community, we are ready to publish on our own. The studio also addressed player feedback on receiving Raw and Destiny 2 Forsaken, which did not perform as well as anticipated and contributed to a decline in total revenue for Activision Blizzard last financial quarter. With Forsaken, we have learned and listened and leaned into what we believe our players want from a great Destiny experience. The post says, "Rest assured, there is more of that on the way. We will continue to deliver on the existing Destiny roadmap, and we are looking forward to releasing more seasonal experiences in the coming months, as well as surprising our community with some exciting announcements about what lies beyond." In a joint statement, Activision and Bungie said, "Going forward, Bungie will own and develop the franchise, and Activision will increase its focus on owned and other projects. Activision and Bungie are committed to a seamless transition for the Destiny franchise and will continue to work closely together during the transition on behalf of the communities of Destiny players around the world." It's safe to assume that the split means Destiny 2 will no longer be available on Activision Blizzard's Battle.net launcher, since publishing rights are being transferred to Bungie. Alyssa McAloon at Glitchy writes a bunch of news stories on Gamasutra. Usually these top 10 game lists end up being more like a complete list of the only games I got around to playing this year. But 2018 was a year of so many standout releases that I had a hard time narrowing it down to just 10. This is probably my third rewrite of this list, because I keep running across more and more games I played way early into this very long year. Actually, there have just been so many wonderful games and decisions are hard, but for every game I managed to spend some time with, at least 2 have been added to that I should really play that list I keep neglecting. Cultist Simulator, Vampire, Frostpunk, The Missing, and Mario Tennis Aces are leading that one right now, along with Celeste, God of War, Return of the Obra Dinn, Grace, Belong, and a bunch more that I know I am forgetting. And I still have not gotten around to finishing Persona 5 yet. Maybe next year. All of that being said, here is the final roundup of my top 10 games for 2018, revised and finalized several times. legitimately right up into the absolute second before my deadline. Dead Cells has become the #1 game played on my Switch this year, usurping Stardew Valley as the game that was nearly always running in standby and ready for a run or two. Dead Cells lends itself well to the pick-up-and-play nature of the Switch, like many roguelikes do, but did so with a wonderful level of finesse. Each type of weapon has its own satisfying feel and rhythm, made all the better by the game's vibrantly dreary visuals. Unlocks that further increase the effects and varieties of objects that they'll randomly show up throughout levels, encourage innovation on the fly, but allow you to become familiar enough with those different variables that it's always easy to pick up the gear you need to get that good run and fight onwards toward the next boss or area. It's a difficult game, and my first dozen runs had me getting my butt kicked time and time again. But the way Dead Cells handles unlocks and gear helps feed into that lovely roguelike idea that you are always making progress and improving, no matter how many times you die to the exact same enemy over and over and over again. Forsaken was the Destiny expansion that brought our clan back together for weekly reset day play sessions.